Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to touch on how to handle and how to properly care for store-bought plants. I was at Walmart the other day and just so happened to stumble upon some coffee trees, coffee arabica, trees, just standard normal stuff, and decided to pick a couple up. More out of curiosity. I figured, what the heck, my whole plan with this gardening thing is to be a little more self-sufficient, grow some stuff that I've always been interested in, what have you. Anyway, so as you can see, I already transplanted this one into a much bigger pot as compared to its brother, who is still in the store-bought one. But what I'm trying to get at here is that this plant had some pretty serious root-bound or pot-bound roots, and you definitely want to take some time and get them out of there in an appropriate manner. So what I found is, well, these plants have been in my possession for now, this is the third day now. The first 2 days I left them, in the sun. I gave them water, gave them a little bit of fertilizer, and just let them kind of revitalize, because you got to figure they're sitting at the store in artificial light, chances are, and I mean, who knows how many people are touching them, just screwing around with them. I mean, they're plants, so you got to keep them in relatively good health here. But I'm about to transplant this guy here into this pot. I went ahead and mixed up some clay. Actually, it's a little heavier, thicker clay, or dirt rather, with some of this perlite, just to aid in the drainage of it. Now, clay is naturally good at draining, but you got to figure it's a nice, thick, almost mud, and it will retain a lot of moisture. So I just went and dug some out of my garden area right there, and mixed up some perlite. So let's pop this guy out of here and see what he looks like, and I'll do my best to one-hand it into this hole that I've made. It's about a fist-size hole, as you can see there, but and we'll see what we can do with one hand for you guys. But matter of fact, while I was over at Walmart, they had about 8 of these plants, these coffee trees, and of the 8, these 2 were the best. All the rest were just really pathetic looking, for lack of a better term. Hang on, I'm going to set the camera down here so I can get this out. Bear with me. Okay, so I just popped it out of there, and this is what we got. So you can see that's pretty much hit its limit for that little pot. So that's why I'm about to go ahead and put it right in there, so it has nice, plenty of room to grow and get real healthy for me, because that's what I'm after. So we'll just go ahead and ease it down into place the best we can with one hand. Okay, so that's there. Got a little fertilizer spike sitting there. Okay, so we'll just get that centered. Now, whether or not get all this dirt pushed down in there and compact it around it, just so it can really hold itself in place now in its new home. And it's going to be in a little bit of shock, because you just moved its home. So you got to give it some time, take care of it, obviously, as with all other plants here, but treat it with some love and respect, which is why I'm transplanting it, not just leaving it in those tiny little pots there. Where'd it go? There it is. It's that thing. And you can go ahead and leave it in there if you like, but you're not going to get a plant worth much. It might look cool and might just sit there and soak up some sunlight, but at the end of the day, it's not really going to serve much purpose for you besides, hey, look, I got a coffee tree. And that's not really what I'm after personally. I want to see these things grow up to be whatever they can be. I actually just watched a video on another YouTuber's called Growing Coffee at Home. An Introduction is the name of the video. It's a good watch if you're curious. He had a big old tree. It was 7 years old and about 7 feet tall, he stated, including the root structure. And at that point in the video, it was flowering, and you could see the beans and everything. It's just really cool, and that's what I'm after here. I just want to see these things grow, like I said. Now, if you had seen that fertilizer spike that is sticking out before I transplanted it, those things are great to throw in your plants if you are in need of a little a little extra something in there. If you don't know what sort of fertilizer to buy or some sort of nutrients, if you're just not real familiar, just go out and buy those, just something along those lines if the fertilizer spikes. Should have grabbed the package to show you guys, but it was 90 cents at Walmart. 90 cents, okay? It's cheap. And the benefit of it is great. I got some white onions going over here, and you can see I got a couple of the fertilizer spikes there, and literally these onions doubled in size the day after I put them in there, okay? There was 3 of them that were sprouted. No, I take back 4 that were sprouted before those fertilizer spikes. There's this one here, that one there, and these 2 were the only ones that had sprouted prior to the spikes. But now, since those spikes, I mean, we've had some good heavy rains. We're here in Illinois, and a lot of rain over the past week. But ever since that rain hit and those fertilizer spikes have been in there, those onions have just popped up out of nowhere. I put fertilizer spike in here, and the day after, that guy came popping out. He'd been in there for 2 days before the spike, and there's nothing. So, like I said, if you're looking for a little something to really get your plants going, or they just seem that like they need a little extra something, try those out. But back to the subject. If you buy some store-bought plants that come in a teeny tiny little thing like this. Oh, zooming in, random, sorry. Yeah, if you buy store-bought plants, come in a little teeny tiny, pot. What do they call this? A 4.5-inch pot, I believe it is. I don't know if you can read that. Anyway, transplant them. No, but again, let them sit for a couple days. Get them into some natural sunlight, get them some water. Get the fresh air moving in their systems, and then go ahead and transplant them, because I can guarantee you they will need it. And I will post another video soon to update on how these things enjoy their new homes, and we'll just kind of go from there. So, hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.